In the first 90 days of 2024, I grew my first ever YouTube channel from 0 to over 20,000 subscribers and had 3 consecutive 5-figure months in sales. And no, I wasn't posting a video every day or even every week. I wasn't getting millions of views and thousands in ad revenue. And to this day, I have never worked with a single sponsor. The thing is that while most people know that YouTube is the most powerful platform to be on right now, if you are wanting to grow and monetize an engaged audience, most people starting on YouTube focus on entirely the wrong things. But the truth is there is a simple but incredibly effective strategy that myself and other creators are using to generate 5, even 6-figure months in sales from their content. And it doesn't require you to become an expert filmmaker, spend hours churning out videos every single week, or gain millions of views in order to grow and start making money from your content. In fact, by the end of this video, I'm going to let you steal the exact strategy that you can use to start generating sales from your videos from day one. So in this video, we're going to be going through the 2 different types of YouTube channels, profitable positioning, how to stand out and attract an audience of superfans, where to spend your energy in order to increase your views, and the monetization strategy that I used to generate over $250,000 in organic sales this year from less than 20 videos. I'm going to try and pack as much as I possibly can into this video, but there's a lot to cover and I won't be able to go through everything. So you can find all of the YouTube knowledge that I have and all the tips I'm going to be sharing in this Notion workbook that you can grab below to help you follow along. So before we get into it, the first thing that you need to understand is that there are 2 different types of YouTube creators. First up, you have the content creator. This is the person who makes content for the platform. This person relies on AdSense and sponsors to monetize their content. And so the goal of every piece of content is to get the most amount of views possible. These are the Mr. Beasts of YouTube. And on the other hand, you have the contentpreneurs who use YouTube to serve their own agenda. These people make content with the goal of conversions, getting people off the platform and then monetizing that audience with their own services or digital products. Now, path number 1 is often the default. For most people, that's what they think of when they think of making money on YouTube. But if you're looking to monetize your content, path number 2 is actually a far more effective and fast growing strategy. This is how you start making money now with a small and growing channel without needing a huge subscriber count or having to go viral on every single video. And this is how I made 5 figures within the first month of being on YouTube. My channel was brand new and my subscriber count was less than 10,000. And this doesn't happen from AdSense or sponsors. And this is why I truly believe that if you are creating any kind of content, if you own any kind of business, or you just have an inkling of an aspiration to be able to make your own money online and build financial freedom for yourself, then YouTube should be an essential part of your strategy going into 2025. If you know exactly where to focus your time and energy, YouTube is the most powerful platform for brand building and establishing trust. It is the best platform for conversions because you have the power to connect and convert customers with just one video, and it's the best long-term investment that you can make because of the long lifespan of evergreen YouTube content that continues to accumulate views over the years. But I understand that making content for YouTube is intimidating, especially if you're just getting started. There's a huge barrier to entry. Making a 20-minute YouTube video is infinitely harder than making a 20-second TikTok. And there's 100 things that you feel like you need to be good at in order to make a long-form video. I get it. It took me almost 3 years of creating content on TikTok before I felt anywhere near confident enough to try and make a YouTube video. And even then, I wasn't a great filmmaker. I didn't have this camera, lighting, studio setup, and I only had very basic editing skills. But if you know exactly where to focus your energy, then you actually don't need any of these things. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you the most focused, simple, and effective strategy for building and monetizing a YouTube channel. I truly believe that anyone can start harnessing the power of YouTube to make money in 2025, even if you only create 1 video the entire year. I know that might sound like absolute crap, but let me prove it to you. Honestly, by the end of this video, you will see how 1 video is all you need using the strategy that I'm going to share with you. So the first step is one that is by far the most important and yet the most overlooked. Especially if you're trying to grow quickly and also build a really engaged audience, you have to know who you are talking to and exactly what you are helping them do. It's not enough to just pick a niche and say, I make finance videos. This is often a huge mistake that people make when you look at other successful channels to see what they're doing and then you try to emulate them. Especially if you're comparing yourself to larger creators. For example, you might look at a channel like Ali Abdaal and see that the topics he covers are kind of broad. And so you try to make videos in the exact same way, covering a broad range of topics. But what you need to understand is that while no one knows who you are, to grow an engaged audience, people people that would subscribe and eagerly await your new videos, instead of picking a niche, you want to offer people some kind of transformation. For example, Ali Abdaal started making videos helping people study and get into medicine. These videos offered a very clear and specific transformation, which made it easier for people to see this channel and want to follow him. So when I started my channel, I looked at my own journey and my own transformation, and the question that I asked myself was, what have I achieved that I can help others with? And so for me, the most obvious thing was my journey back in 2020 of going from freelancer struggling to earn $1,000 to then learning how to position and package my services to attract high ticket web design clients and hitting my first 10K month. And the things that I learned that allowed me to do this was elevating my client process, learning how to position and sell high ticket services, and shifting from a freelancer mindset to a business mindset. And so these were the things that I wanted to share and help others do for themselves. So once I was clear on my transformation, I then packaged this up into a 5-video series with the goal of giving people all the tools they needed to take their creative business from 0 to 10K per month. And so that's a pretty powerful transformation to hook people in and make it very clear why they should subscribe or watch my videos. Now for you, maybe you don't have this experience or this powerful transformation story yet. Maybe you feel like you're still in the learning phase, and so your transformation might just be sharing what you're learning and taking people on that journey with you. After all, the best way to learn something and remember it is to teach it to someone else. And so it doesn't have to be this crazy huge transformation. It could just be a small transformation, like learning how to use Premiere Pro to edit videos. The most important thing is that it's just very clear the value that you're providing and what people are gaining from subscribing to your channel. And if you can then package this up into some kind of series, then even better, because what this does is help you to build momentum with your audience, and it also increases the binge-ability of your channel. Binge-ability is incredibly important for growing your views and your subscribers. If you want to grow your channel, you don't just want people to watch one video. Your goal is for people to say, I found your channel and I've been binging all of your videos. So when someone makes it to the end of every single one of your videos, they should feel like you've delivered on the value that you promised when they first clicked on that video. But then you also want to open up another curiosity loop or knowledge gap, something they will need to know that will help them implement what they learn in that video. So then you use this to point to another one of your videos where they can find the answer to this. If you want to see this in practice, just watch the end of this video and you'll see exactly how I do this. So the thing is, this is extremely hard to implement when you're just making a bunch of random videos on a wide range of topics, but it works extremely well when you're talking to a specific person in your content and delivering on a specific transformation, because it then makes it a no-brainer for this person to watch all of your videos and instantly subscribe to your channel. So binge-ability of your channel is going to be the number one thing that's going to grow your subscriber count. But the real goal of our YouTube content is not just to attract subscribers, it is to create superfans. Superfans are the people who will rave about you. They excitedly await new videos and they consume anything that you put out. I know you know what I'm talking about, because we all have those people online that you recognize, maybe you even follow them, you've watched some of their videos, but you're kind of indifferent to them. And then there are the people that you don't just follow, but you are a real fan of. You watch all of their videos, and then when they put out a new offer or product, you're not annoyed that they're trying to sell you something. You're excited because you've already consumed all of their content and you can't wait to see what else they're putting out. This is the type of audience that we want to build with our YouTube channel. But unfortunately, most people ruin any chance they have of doing this within seconds of someone clicking on their video because they haven't understood this next part. How many times have you clicked on a video hoping to learn something new, only to be disappointed by the same generic tips you've seen in 5 other videos? Or even worse, you watch an entire video just for the creator to only skim the surface of the information that you need to know and then try to sell you a course where they've hidden all the good stuff. We are currently in a trust recession when it comes to content. People are incredibly skeptical of new content, and it is harder than ever to win people's trust. If we take a look at this comment from one of my subscribers, they say, there is a boatload of content in this software and web design space. Most is whatever. To be honest, when I first saw her videos, I was skeptical, thinking it was just another of the same. This perfectly describes the feeling most people have when they click on your video, and so it's your job to prove them wrong. When everyone is posting the same copy-paste content, the way that you stand out is through the depth of the value that you provide. So any video that you create, your goal is to make people say, how the hell am I getting this for free? YouTube is not the place for surface level tips or holding back half the information because you're scared that people will never buy your paid stuff if you give too much away. no one is going to buy your paid stuff anyway if they don't trust you. And the way that you earn that trust is by truly delivering on the value and the transformation that you promised. Give so much value that if someone had the time, they could literally take your content, implement everything themselves, and see real results. Take that information that you were going to put in a course or a free ebook and put it out for free instead. You will build way more trust and loyalty with your audience putting out high value content in a free YouTube video than you would if you took the exact same content and then put that into a lead magnet. And this is because of people's expectations. The expectation that people have for the quality of your free content is down here. Whereas if they give you your email address and then download your freebie, they expect the quality and the value to be up here. The trust you build by completely blowing someone's expectations out the water is invaluable. This is how you create superfans who will then go out and actively seek your offers and be excited to buy from you. The more you give upfront for free, the greater the payoff. The higher the quality of the free value you give upfront, the easier it becomes to sell a paid offer to your audience later on. And so if you're hoping to use your content to convert your audience into sales, then the best strategy is to give everything away for free and then sell the implementation. Put all of your knowledge into your content, use it as a place to show off everything you know that will help your audience get where they want to go, and then your service or your product is like the fast track to help them get there. Of course, you are going to get people that will just binge all of your free content and do it themselves, but the most important thing that you need to understand is that people's behavior changes depending on where they are in their own journey. When you're trying to get a certain result, then you either pay with your time or your money. There are people that have a lot of time but not very much money, and these are the people who are going to binge all of your content and implement everything they learn themselves. And then there's people who have very little time but they have the money to spend, and these are the customers that you want. These are the people that are going to be happy to pay for you to do it for them to save them time implementing what they learn in your video. And if you don't believe me, Thomas Frank is a perfect example of a creator who has proven that this method works. This channel has become the go-to place to learn anything and everything about Notion, and it generates 100K per month from just 2 Notion templates. If you take a look at the videos on this channel, this creator is holding nothing back. One of his most viewed videos is actually a walkthrough of exactly how to create one of his templates for yourself. If you have the time, you can literally just follow this video and make it for yourself. And yet he makes 100K per month selling this template because it saves people hours of time building it for themselves. So I saw this and then used the exact same strategy. These 2 videos here have generated me over $200,000 this year alone. And in these videos, I walk through my entire client process and my web design process and every single one of the templates that I use. I literally show as much as I possibly can in a 30-minute YouTube video. If you wanted, you could pause these videos, take notes, and recreate all of these for yourself. And I'm sure that plenty of people have done this. But I also let people know where they can buy these templates. And so a lot of people just go straight to buy my templates and save time building all of this for themselves. And so for this to work, you have to constantly over-deliver in value at every stage of your customer's journey, starting first with your free content. But the problem is that all this effort you put into packing your video full of value is completely wasted the second you hit publish if you skip this next step. There are so many videos out there that are packed with valuable content, but no one will ever see them because people don't know how to make people care enough to click on the video in the first place. The great thing about YouTube right now is that the amount of views your videos get doesn't really have any relation to the amount of subscribers that you have. You can absolutely go viral on your very first video with 0 subscribers. The amount of views that you get is almost entirely down to how you package your video. 80% of the success of a video is entirely down to your title and thumbnail. You could have the best idea in the world, but if you don't know how to make people care enough to click on it, then no one will ever see it. And so the first thing that you need to understand is that there are 2 different types of content on YouTube: search or browse content. So the first way people can discover your content is through the search bar, and the second way people can discover your content is when YouTube recommends and suggests videos to viewers. These recommended videos appear on the right-hand side while watching a video or on the homepage based on people's interests and viewing habits. Now, there are videos that fit very clearly into one of these categories. Search-based content is evergreen content that generates views consistently over time through search search results. And so an example of this is tutorial videos. Whereas browse-based videos are videos that people wouldn't necessarily be searching for, but would pique their curiosity if they were to see it. For example, Mr. Beast content. It's very unlikely that people would be searching for this exact video. The way it's going to be discovered is through browse and YouTube suggestions. But if you're not creating entertainment content like this, it's likely that your content falls somewhere in the middle of these two categories. And so you want to use your title and thumbnail to optimize for both situations. Use your title to optimize for search results, clearly state what's inside the video, and use keywords that people might be searching for. And then you want to use your thumbnail to optimize for the browsing viewer who will click on the video out of curiosity. A huge mistake that a lot of people make is just repeating the title in the thumbnail, which is a complete waste. You want to use your thumbnail to communicate something new and pique someone's curiosity. So one question you want to ask yourself is, why would anybody care about the content in this video? What does it help them do? What is the end result? What is the main motivation someone would have for wanting to learn this information? For example, if we look at my videos, learning how to elevate your client process allows you to charge more. So the result here is being able to charge 10K per project. Or in this video here, I'm talking about launching a one-person business and then giving an aspirational image of what is possible to pique people's curiosity and get them interested in this video. So once you've made people care enough to click on your video, blown them away with the amount of value that you offer, there is one last thing that you're missing if you want to convert that audience into sales. In order to convert people to your own services or products, you need to take them on a journey. And if you do this right, it should feel very natural. If we go back to this comment from someone who watched my content and then bought one of my products, they say, when you get to the part where she showcases her digital product, you kind of gently slide into it. When I bought her bundle, I watched her present the assets, went to Gumroad and literally just bought it. I didn't have a pressured feel or a sense I was being overly pitched. So long story short, I believe her call to action is very subtle and her communication just naturally leads you there. And so to this viewer, it felt very natural, but from my side, there was a lot of thought and intention that goes into this. I mentioned earlier in this video that I'm not a great filmmaker. My editing is pretty basic. My thumbnails even are not that good. But the thing that I am great at, and one of the main reasons I was able to get the views that I have on my videos and grow my channel so quickly, was my scripting. This is where I spend 80% of my effort when it comes to making a video. I know how to capture attention and then tell a story that guides a viewer through a video and holds people's attention really well. And when you know how to do this, the thing about long form video is that you have the power to take someone from not knowing anything about you or your offer to becoming a paying customer with just one video. And this one video is called a VSL, or a video sales letter. And so this is a video that pitches your product or service to a prospect. Like a traditional sales letter, your video sales letter will grab your prospect's attention, discuss their pain points, showcase your product as a solution, and persuade viewers to take a specific action, such as making a purchase or signing up for a service. And so in this video, you need to check 4 boxes. First, paint a picture of the results that they can see from implementing everything that you've talked about in your video. Talk about the annoying or painful problems that it solves for people. Show off your unique method or knowledge, so give them a step-by-step walkthrough of exactly how it works. Again, this goes back to the value portion. Don't hold anything back here. And then lastly, you need to create a logical path to buy or work from you, given the amount of work that they would need to put in to achieve the results that you have talked about in this video. For example, I mentioned this very casually in my videos by just dropping a line in that says, you can take everything here and achieve this result. Or if you want to save some time implementing everything that you've learned here, grab my template below. If you want an example of what this looks like in practice, then you can watch these videos here, which I would consider to be my VSLs. But if you do this well, this video doesn't actually look any different to any of the other videos on your channel. The only difference is that there's a clear call to action to buy or work from you. And there's a whole art to scripting this video and taking someone on this journey here. And so if you want to grab the template that I use, then it's in the Notion workbook below. Now this is important, probably the most important part of this whole strategy. The last thing you want to do once you post your VSL is just sit back, relax, and rely on the YouTube algorithm to do the work for you. To be truly effective at turning this video into a sales machine for your business, this video should be a part of a larger content marketing strategy. Especially if this is one of your first videos or you're fairly new to creating content, it's unlikely that this video is going to go viral for you on the first try. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's just very unlikely. And so you still want to have a strategy to increase traffic to your VSL and therefore increase conversions. And so there are 2 strategies that I use to do this. The first is to post more YouTube videos. This goes back to making your videos and your channel bingeable. You want to create more videos that will pull in viewers that would be interested in your offer. And then at the end of every video, you can link to your VSL and prompt them to watch that too. For example, these 2 videos are my VSLs with a walkthrough of the templates that I sell. But whenever I post new videos like these ones, at the end of these videos, I prompt people to go straight to these videos. Or I prompt them to watch my Creative Business Blueprint playlist, which will then guide them through this journey that eventually leads to them consuming these videos here and then hopefully purchasing my templates. Now, for those of you who are completely new to YouTube or creating content, getting views on these videos is going to be a slow process, in which case you are probably going to want to implement this second strategy too. And this is to generate traffic from outside of YouTube. And one way that you can do this is by combining your YouTube videos with your short form content strategy. You would basically create short form content and then direct people to a specific YouTube video in order to learn more. So let me show you exactly how I did this. I already had this existing audience on TikTok. And so if you go to my link in bio, you can see here that I have a link to my free course. This is basically a workbook with some templates to go alongside my YouTube series, Creative Business Blueprint. And so people are directed from my short form content to then watch my YouTube series. A really effective way of how you can implement this strategy on Instagram is using ManyChat. So if you spend any time on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen those videos where people say, comment this word and I'll send you over my free guide or free information. So what you can then do is create short form content and point people towards your video on YouTube to learn more. And then this will do all of the work for you to nurture and convert them into your paid offer. And so even if all you do is just create one YouTube video this entire year, make it your video sales letter. This way you have turned your YouTube channel into a powerful sales machine for your business. But of course, this strategy and everything that I've talked about in this video only works when you've perfectly aligned your audience with a no-brainer offer that they actually want and need. This is not an easy thing to do and it can take a lot of time. And so if you want a full walkthrough on the methods that I use to do this, then make sure to watch this video here.